I'm thankful to rise to speak in the Parliament of Australia for the first time and for the opportunity to represent the people of Chisholm who have entrusted me to be their voice in this place. It is a wonderful example for the welcoming character of Australians that my electorate have sent a woman born in Hong Kong to speak for them in the Parliament. We are so fortunate to live in a country where migrants can come to Australia, become Australians, and serve its people here in the Parliament. How good is Australia? Yeah. Dame Enid Lyons, the first woman elected to this place, said in her inaugural speech, "I'm well aware that as I acquit myself in the work that I have undertaken for the next 3 years, so shall I either prejudice or enhance the prospects of those women who may wish to follow me in the public service in the years to come." It is with the same sense of responsibility that I stand here more than 75 years later with respect to Australia's Chinese community. As a migrant, my story is not unlike the story of many others who have come before me or of those who will follow. My parents were not from a well-educated or wealthy background, but they did what they needed to do to provide for their 6 children. My mother often said, if you want something badly, you have to work hard to get it. And so I did. When I was 7, I had to look after my younger siblings. I had to shop, cook, mop the floor, bathe them, and took them to see our parents who were running a milk bar 30 kilometers away. I also did delivery for the business, but don't tell my dad that I used to take a bar of chocolate without him knowing. When I was a teenager, I worked every summer holiday to fund my education. I also lived with a secret. I discovered that I was deaf in 1 year. Having a disability can be a shameful thing in the Asian culture, so I didn't tell anyone. Of course, when I couldn't hear people speaking to me on my left side, I was labelled as snobbish, not cooperative, or simply rude. I suffered in silence. It's only in recent years that I realised that in Australia, you don't have to suffer in silence. My hearing did not stop me from playing the trombone with the Hong Kong Youth Symphony Orchestra or learning music at Belilio's, the top government girls' school in Hong Kong. I want to thank my sister, Connie, for encouraging me to apply for this school. Without going to Belilio's, I would never have had the opportunity to study speech pathology in Australia. I would never have been awarded a scholarship to study in Melbourne. However, my time as a student, like many international students, came with its own challenges. I arrived in Melbourne with just 2 suitcases and a determination to succeed. I knew nobody, and nobody knew me. I thought, well, Gladys, if other international students can do this, so can you. While studying at La Trobe University, I did a number of interesting jobs, including being a dressmaker, a waitress, and an accident analyst at the Road Traffic Authority. Following my graduation, I took up a position as a speech pathologist at the Department of Education. I practiced for 14 years in schools around Melbourne, supporting children who struggled with pronunciation, language reception and expression, and stuttering. The fact that I could transform their lives inspired my lifelong passion for helping others to overcome their challenges and to achieve their potential. Around the same time, my family opened our first small business. We had a pharmacy in Glenavy. If anyone understands the difficulties faced by small business owners, hand on heart, I can say, I get it. I understand. Small business is tough, but with dreams to support my family, I persisted. And if one small business wasn't enough, our family went on to open more. including a Chinese restaurant in Box Hill. In the year 2000, I started my own private speech pathology clinic. To my knowledge, it was the first bilingual Chinese-English speech pathology clinic in Australia. It is with these experiences close to my heart that I have developed my deep understanding and passion for small and family businesses. But this period was also one of the most difficult times in my life. Whilst I embrace my ethnicity and culture, the unfortunate truth is that it is not uncommon for ethnic women to stay with their husbands during unjust situations, rather than face the family shame of being a single mother. Social norms told me I was doing the wrong thing. So I didn't tell anyone, including my parents and siblings, until years later, when they came to visit me in Australia. Once again, I felt that I had no choice but to suffer in silence. It was my children who gave me strength to do what was right by them, and they gave me a purpose to keep being a good mother. I'm so proud of my two wonderful children. I persisted through the tough times in the hope that they too would be proud of me. I'm proud of overcoming the obstacles I have faced in my journey to this place, and I'm proud of all Australians who do not give up hope in difficult times. In the last 20 years, my own experiences have motivated me to help others who were suffering in silence, who were less fortunate, and who simply needed help. This is why I have been actively helping people, including many strangers. And this is why I was the founder and president of the Shiro Association for Victims of Domestic Violence. And this is why I'm proud to see Headspace coming to Monash. My experiences have also motivated me to seek public office so that I can be in a better place to provide that help. My first taste of politics actually came through Tai Chi, of all places. I was encouraged to join the committee. From there, it wasn't long before I was asked to join the Chinese Professional and Business Association, where I organized a seminar named Path to Politics. And that's when my journey to this place really started to take shape. I didn't really know much about party politics. I could have chosen either of the major parties, but it was always going to be the Liberal Party, where I found my political home. Chinese migrants naturally share many of the values of the Liberal Party, including an affinity for hard work, individual responsibility, achievement in education and business, family values, and respect for the rules of society. Yeah. I will continue to champion these values, which are based around giving Australian families the opportunity to flourish like mine has done. Chisholm is a place where migrants have settled to seek new opportunities and prosperity. It is fitting that an electorate named after Caroline Chisholm, who was best known for assisting migrants, now not only has a member of parliament that was born overseas, but also more than half of its residents. Chisholm is well known for its vibrant Chinese community, but there are also sizable and active communities from Greece, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, and Vietnam, as well as Italy, South Korea, and many others. It is only natural that our parliament reflects the makeup of our brilliant and diverse society. If I'm able to play a small part in creating a clearer reflection, if I'm able to help build mutual respect among all people, then I stand proudly ready to do so. As a Member of Parliament, I hope that my heritage and experience can contribute to a long and healthy relationship between Australia and China. Australia and China have much to gain from a robust economic and cultural exchange. I will look to support future opportunities for collaboration and cooperation, and for an enduring and constructive relationship in Australia's interest. As the member for Chisholm, as a mother of 2 children and a qualified speech pathologist, I maintain a keen interest in education, and particularly in the local schools. It is no accident that my first official engagement as the local member was to visit Ashwood High School, and I look forward to visiting all of the other 57 schools in Chisholm soon. I have a passion for improving access to local sport. Sport is a great vehicle that we can bring communities together across cultural and economic boundaries. I want to work with our many sporting and community groups to help make Chisholm a more vibrant place to live. That's why we are investing in facilitating the Box Hill Rugby Club, Box Hill Tennis Club, Blackburn Football Club, and many more. Chisholm is a tapestry of established suburbs, commercial areas, and bustling retail centres. There is so much aspiration in Chisholm. I hear that aspiration when I shop at Box Hill Central, where I meet with local businesses, workers, and families. Our job in this place is to make sure that we deliver on the promise of the Prime Minister that if you have a go, you get a go. Yeah. And that's why I was proud that with my first vote in this House, I was able to deliver a tax cut for hard-working Australians, including 71,469 taxpayers in Chisholm. I do not underestimate the enormity of being the first Chinese-born member of this place, and I know some people will see everything I do through the lens of my birthplace, but I hope that they will see more than just the first Chinese woman elected to this place. I hope they will see me as a strong advocate for everyone in Chisholm. Chisholm is where my heart is. I have lived in and around Chisholm for the past 30 years. As I sit in my electoral office in Burwood and look out the window, I see the girls on the school oval and think that this is where my daughter used to play not that long ago. I have run businesses in Chisholm. I have raised my family in Chisholm. I have volunteered with local clubs like the Box Hill Little Athletics and the Box Hill Chess Club, an organisation which I served as its first and only female president. I want to acknowledge the work of all people who have contributed in some way to make my electorate of Chisholm a better place, including my predecessor, Julia Banks. My journey to this place has been long and uncertain, and I want to thank those who put their confidence in me and made it possible for me to become the member for Chisholm. I have had incredible support from my friends, mentors, and supporters in the Liberal Party over many years. I have been a humble campaign volunteer, a branch president, a member of the administrative committee, an advisor to 2 Victorian premiers, and now the member for Chisholm. Thank you to Ted Bailey, who brought me into his office when he was the opposition leader and who I was proud to work closely with when he became Premier of Victoria. Ted has been a genuine friend and a trusted source of guidance ever since. Thank you to Noel Pink, Chairman of the Chisholm FEC, Inga Pellich, my campaign director, and Robert Clark, a long-term friend and current President of the Victorian Division of the Liberal Party. To my campaign team, Graham Watt, Marion Oberchain, Neil Whedon, Danny Wang, Phil Braben, John Croft, Albert Phillips, Paul Pellich, Susan Saray, David He, Margaret Kirby, Adrian Jardine, Ben June, Michael Pointer, Peter Wilson, C.C. Ma, John Osborne, and John Verano. Thank you to you all. To many team leaders and volunteers, including Sandra Lemke, Alistair Birch, Joey Chan, Mary Yu, Casey Lam, Michelle Lam, David Yang, Jen Lee, Eric C., Johnson Liu, Kevin Huang, Pei-Ling Wong, Mel-Xin Yan, Mei-Hua Lin, Lee, Tom Huynh, Yi-Chen Shi, Russell Gray, Robert Davies, Danny Stevenson, Peter Pan, is a real name. Sean Armstead, Terry Barnes, Rodney Blackwood, Min-Wen Wu, Vincent Sid, and Laura Chin. Your support was critical to our victory. Thank you to the Asian Business Association, Tom Zhang and William Ma, my good friends Jason Yeb, Wilken Fong, Desmond Cheong, Teresa Chen, Joe Zhong, George Hu, and Guo Jing Chen. To all those who flew in to sit at the balcony, you're too many to name, but you also have my sincere thanks. This wasn't about winning Chisholm back for the Liberal Party. It was always about the people of Chisholm. Thank you to the Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, and Deputy Leader George Frydenberg for the kind support and for providing the strong and focused government that the Australian people deserve. To my family, especially my father, who flew here from the United States, sitting at the balcony, and my mum looking down from heaven. 老豆，我是條小人，我覺得非常歡喜，非常光榮。I said in my hometown language, I feel extremely proud to be of Chaozhou descent. To my sister in Cantonese, I say, 大家姐，多謝你多年嚟為我哋屋企做咗咁多嘢，我有今日，你個功勞好大。Thank you for doing so much for our family. You are a major factor in shaping who I am today. And to the whole Chinese community in Australia, 作為澳洲第一位华裔女众议院议员，我非常明白这个历史性意义，我会全力以赴，做到最好。In Mandarin, I said, as the first Chinese Australian woman elected to this place, I'm fully aware of the historic significance, and therefore I'm determined to do my very best. Yeah. To my children, Derek and Sally, watching from Boston and Shanghai, thank you for believing in me. I love you. I'm proud of both of you, and I can't imagine I would be here today without your support and encouragement. And finally, thank you to the people of Chisholm. Thank you for your support and confidence. Thank you for inviting me into your lives. Thank you for sharing your hopes and dreams and for putting your trust in me. I promise to spend every day in this place working to deliver for you.
Well done.